So now, for the students of BSc IT, I feel that a project is kind of a product or a service that you people are supposed to make to accomplish certain level of things. Okay, let me point out those things. What will you achieve by creating project in TY? First thing is you'll gain practical knowledge of what they have learned or what you have learned in your theoretical part. Okay, so you might have learned web programming and different programming languages like Java, and Android is coming along as well, and then we have let's say C++, and then we have ASP.NET. So all of these technologies you have learned, right? And you know the concepts of loops, you know the concepts of variable declaration, you know the concepts of functions and methods and stuff like that. Okay, but now the question arises, you know these things, how can you bring all of these components together and make it work like a unified system that is done only through practical knowledge? Until and unless a person is not doing that practically, no one in the world can understand that how you can use all of these things that you have learned in theory and make product out of it. Okay, and this is what I always prefer the students to do. Whenever you learn something, make sure that you implement it somewhere or the other. Okay, that is the only way to gain practical knowledge. Fine. Is this point clear to all of you people? I guess you already are aware of this, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Okay, fine. Moving to the next point. Okay. Now, to come across challenges that you might not have thought of while learning theory. There are many times what happens is theory seems like it's very easy. It's very easy to understand. But when you try to apply that theory practically, then you start facing challenges. And then you come to know one by one that the thing that you were assuming to be very easy is now, turned out to be very hard. Okay, so these challenges should be turned out. Okay, you should come across this challenge. Okay, because facing challenge will only lead you to growth, and this is what you should have right now. Growth is very important. Growth in terms of technical knowledge, growth in in context of personal personality development as well. Personality in the sense that you people should be ready to take up the challenges and try to overcome that challenge with your intellectuality. Are you getting my point, guys? Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If you are facing challenge in your project, it means definitely you are improving. You are learning something new. Like for example, if you have failed in doing something in your project, okay, and you are struggling a lot to achieve that, you will go through thousands of websites to search the solution for it. You will talk to hundreds of people to get the solution out of it, and in the process you will understand many new things. If you remember Thomas Edison, who invented electrical bulb, okay, if you read history you will come to know that he failed thousands of times while making bulb, right? So he didn't despair on that. He was not sad with respect to that. Rather, he said to the people that I am happy that I know thousand way how an electricity bulb fails. So he knows all of these methods, right? So even if you fail in achieving something, still it is never that you have learned nothing. Do you agree with this?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Great, great. Okay. Okay. Moving to the next point is you should be well versed with at least one technology. Okay. It's always good to be well versed with multiple technologies, but being good with at least one technology is something which is a must. Okay. Fine. So this is one more thing. Got it? And the next thing is to have a gist of how teams work in IT field. Okay, so if you are having partner with you to work in your projects, fine, then you will get to know that how teams work in IT as well. So this is also one more important factor over here which comes into consideration. Okay, because ultimately when you will join IT companies, you will ultimately will be persuaded to work in teams, and you will not work alone most probably. Okay, so this is something that you should know. Fine. And coming to the last point, okay, second last point is to explore the deep and never ending ocean of IT. Do you agree that IT is very deep and it's never ending?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. You won't believe, even now also being at this level, I contribute 2 hours of studies with respect to technologies of IT daily without a fail. Even now, even being a professor, even being in a good position in a company, still I am investing 2 hours daily to work on a specific technology so that I am updated. The moment you slack off from that thing, you will be left behind in IT. Always remember this. If you are planning to be in IT for a long term, you should accept this challenge that you should learn throughout your lifetime. It's not like only for BSc or MSc or any course or any examination, or only to get job, but it is a lifelong process. The moment you stop learning, it is the moment when you slack off, you get left behind, and people will move ahead. Okay, so if you are planning to be in IT, take up this challenge and work it throughout your lifetime. Even if you retire, then also you will be, you will be in a need to read and learn, and be more into these tech upgradation. Okay, fine. So just make sure that this project also facilitates you, so that you dive deeper into IT and specifically to the technologies and platform that you're using for your project, and you so that you can explore that how vast IT is and what are all the different things that you can do in IT. All right. Okay. And the last thing is, when you go to interview, okay, always it's the thing that the interviewer asks you is that what were the project that you made in your degree. It can be either bachelor degree or master's degree. This is a question which usually is asked in interviews for IT positions. Okay, now if you have made a project which is very much relevant to what position you have applied in a company, this increases the chance for you to get a job in that company, because they'll consider that you already have some experience in working on the technology that the company is working on. Let's say, for example, if a company is looking for ASP.NET developer, okay, and your project is actually in ASP.NET, will that increase your possibility to get a job in that company or not? Tell me yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Correct, right? Okay. So by showcasing your work to them, this will help you to get a better probability of of the companies to get you hired in that specific position. Okay, so this is these are all the points that the project facilitates. Okay, so not only to put your theoretical knowledge into practical use, but all of these points are also into consideration. Moving ahead, then let's try to understand what project is in the perspective of the university. Okay, so now your entire project is divided or sliced into two parts. One part is given to you in semester 5, and the other part is given to you in semester 6. Right? Let's see what we can know about it. Okay, so as per Mumbai University and the course that you are in, okay, in sem 5, that fragment of project is called as project dissertation. Okay, it is called as project dissertation. It holds 50 marks and 2 credits. Okay, and its major focus is on pre-planning and documentation. Okay, kind of we can say like it is a pre-process, okay, where you plan everything out, you try to analyze everything out, you document everything, you try to understand whether the thing that you want to work on is actually possible or not. You see whether you can invest that amount of time and money to it or not, and stuff like that. Okay, so major focus over here will be to what? To pre-planning and documentation. Okay, and at the end of this semester, you will be expected to submit a project report consisting of 4 or 5 chapters. That will be I'll let you know about that in the end of the slide. Okay, so 4 or 5 chapters, and that will hold 50 marks of yours from project. Okay, everyone understood about project dissertation from sem 5?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Great.
sir.
Yes, sir, got it.
Great. Okay. Now coming to semester 6, this is the second part or the second half of the project. Okay. So this see the project is one. Okay, but it is sliced into two parts. One part is in semester 5. The second part is in semester 6. Okay. Now in semester 6, it will be called as project implementation. Okay. Now by the name itself, we can understand that whatever you have planned in semester 5, you are gonna implement that in semester 6. Okay. So the marks for project implementation will be a total of 150 marks. And if you see the bifurcation, you'll come to know that 50 marks will be completely devoted to the documentation part of it, where you will be expected to give and submit a documentation of the entire project in the form of a black book. Okay, and we'll be discussing about that and what are all the different things that a black book contains in the coming slides. And the other 100 marks will go for project implementation, the way that you have implemented it, along with Viva also. Also, we can say that it has 2 credits in all. Major focus will be on implementation, research, and conclusion.